Hey team, welcome. I'm finally sitting down to do my au pair info video. I just written down a whole bunch of questions that you guys asked, and yeah, I'll just get started, get right into it. What is an au pair? So an au pair is like a nanny. The difference is that a nanny is more of a career or a job, and an au pair is for an experience. So for example, you cannot be an au pair in the country that you are from. So I could not be an au pair in the States, but I could be a nanny in the States. I can be an au pair in New Zealand because I'm not from here. Yeah, that's basically what an au pair is. So yes, I'm in New Zealand, in Wanganui, which is a small town, about 40,000 people, in the North Island. I got this question so many times. How did I find this job? How did I get this opportunity? What yada yada yada. What did I go through? So I went through a website called Au Pair World. As an au pair, we'll set up basically a profile saying your experience, a little bit about you, pictures, what your hobbies are, what you're looking for a family, and then families do the same thing. And then you just plug in some info to an algorithm, like where you're from, how many months you are interested in doing this in, the countries that you're looking to do this in, and then when you could start. And then it just gives you a whole bunch of families that meet that criteria loosely. And then you just basically go through and look at all the profiles, and then if you're interested, send a message. I pretty much just made a generic sort of message that was hi, my name is Quinn, your family looks really interesting, your family looks lovely. If you're interested, I would totally love to get to know you guys more. So message me back if you would want to set up a video chat or anything. And then I would just copy and paste, and then every family that I was interested in, I'd just send that to them. And then and then also I'll get some messages from families too who are you look super cool, let's chat. And basically with that, you guys can just message over Au Pair World and talk, and then video chat and sort of get to know each other, talk about more terms, because some families have super detailed bios and stuff. And the family that I live with now, Harriet and Guy, I think they were one of the the least detailed profiles I had seen. We basically just talked about everything. She's just typed it all up and sent it to me later, but it varies. Yeah, so that's what I did. And the thing about using website or something like that is it can be a little bit tricky because you're not going through an agency where they would be protecting you, I guess, a little bit more. Au Pair World has some recommendations for different things, and if you go onto the site, they have all the criteria, because different countries have different criteria for how much it costs, all these different things, and it'll lay it out for you pretty much. But and it'll give you some recommendations for healthcare and insurance and stuff like that. But for the most part, you have to do it yourself, which I think was a struggle for me, but I think really good for me, because I have always depended on other people. And I was like, Mom, I don't know how to do this. And she was like, well, you want to do it, so figure it out. And so I had to actually do my own research, find things that would be good. Yeah, and another thing that you could use that I would recommend using is Workaway, which on Workaway there's a whole bunch of different things you can do. Be an au pair, go live on a farm and help people do that. Just baby, there's a whole crap ton of things you can do. Agencies are cool, but the thing about using agencies is that if you're someone that is coming from a different country going to the States has a lot of agencies in place that are trustworthy, that are helpful, that are going to really help them get adjusted to life and what do they need to do, and they're going to make sure they're getting paid the right amount and all that stuff. The thing about using agencies in other countries, if you're from the US, it is really easy to be taken advantage of. It's easy to be taken you can get taken advantage of in any situation, because most of the time if you're signing up to an agency, you're going to be paying the agency as well. I didn't have to pay anybody, you know what I mean? And so that was something that was really nice. So agencies can be really difficult if that is something you're trying to go through. I would recommend Au Pair World. I think it was great, or Workaway, and just really get to know the families. I only video chatted with Harriet and Guy twice, so this could have been awful, but it's not. So you know what I mean, it's luck. Question 3 is, do I get paid? Yes, I do get paid. So I get paid in NZD, not USD, because that's what they get paid in, so New Zealand dollars. And I get paid $240 a week. I cannot remember the exchange rate, but it's like 160 or something a week. So that's with doing about, I work usually from like 7:30 to 5:30 most days, or 4:30. So it's not a lot, but which is something that like was a struggle at first. But the thing that you have to understand with being an au pair is it's not about the money. It is about the experience that you're getting, and you're traveling, and it's about a life experience and learning and growing as a person. So yeah, so that the money isn't great, but I also don't have to pay rent. I don't have to pay for my food. I don't have any expenses that I have to pay. I just have expenses that I choose to pay for. So like Apple subscriptions, or like my Amazon Prime, or different things like that. I'm paying for that myself, and like if I wanted to, I would not need to spend any money, pretty much. Could save up, but like I'm choosing to do other things with my money. Question 4, how much does it cost? So that's sort of a hard question. It depends country by country where you're going to. So basically, on au pair world that lays it out, each country has a different amount that you have to pay for a visa. So you have to get a visa. To get a visa, it costs like probably like $30-$40 maybe. But then you have to, for your visa, especially with being an au pair, the thing is, when they're giving you the visa, an au pair visa, there's specific au pair visas, they're like taking into account the risk that is involved with it, because there is a chance that you could get there and then like hate it and need to go home. And so for New Zealand, it was 4,200 NZD, so it was 2,600 USD. And that's basically just to amount, what it covers would be like your costs that would be, so plane tickets, if you needed a plane ticket home, if you just didn't like it and you needed to be able to get home and stuff like that, or like if you needed to find different accommodation, or just emergencies, that's what it's allotting for you. So you have to prove that you have that much money to be able to get your visa. And then outside of that, you have to pay for health insurance, because you need health insurance to get your visa, and basically cross the border, you know what I mean. And health insurance, I'm blanking on other things. Oh yeah, just your plane ticket costs, travel costs. Yeah, and it's just like really important to have that amount of money saved. I think whatever they have given you, the amount, save that much. Don't waste it, you know. So yeah, it is pretty expensive. It is not as expensive as a lot of other things. And especially with exchange rate, it depends where you go. If you're going somewhere with like the UK, where it is more than the US dollar, then that's a whole other thing, so you have to save a lot more. It's harder. But yeah, so it's different country by country. So you just have to kind of do that research and look up yourself, like, okay, well, I want to go this, I want to go there, you know. Oh, another thing with that is, if you are going to a country where they are speaking a language that is not your native language, or a language that you can prove by taking a test that you are required to take language lessons there, because it is part of the exchange, part of the cultural experience. Language lessons are really, really, really expensive. I was originally going to go to Spain, and it was about $4,000 to $5,000 to do. I meant to say 4,000 to 5,000, not 45. To take good class quality language lessons. I could not afford that, so I had to pick an English-speaking country. I picked New Zealand. So I would really recommend, if you're like, I don't want to go to an English-speaking country, I really want to improve like my Spanish or my French or my German or whatever, look for families that are going to offer to pay, because some families, they have the means, and they will, one of like the things that they're offering you is to pay for your language lessons. And if they're willing to do that, have those like really like look into those families, because that'll really, really be a big help. Like, you're like, oh, they will help to pay, since like I was like, oh, they're helping to pay, so it can't be that much. No, it's a lot. So yeah. What did I look for in an au pair job? So I specifically wanted young kids when I started looking, now I think I would like older kids, but I love where I'm at. So I wanted like little kids, babies. That's what I wanted. And I looked for, well, originally, like, I just like picked countries that I like. So I like a lot of UK countries, European countries, and then when I realized I wanted US, like, I wanted English speaking countries, I looked at Australia and New Zealand pretty much exclusively. And finding, I don't know, see, like, that's a really hard question because you don't really know what you're looking for until you find what you don't like, you know, because I think there were some expectations. Like, I was already, if I was already taking care of your kids, I don't also want to be like your cleaner and stuff like that. And I think like some people have like a lot of expectations of their au pair, which is fine, but like I just didn't want to do that. And the reason I didn't want older kids was because like I didn't, like, what am I gonna do all day if your kids are at school all day, you know what I mean? So that was something where I know myself and I know I'm not gonna be the type to go and explore and go and do things, you know, like I'd rather just stay home and take care of your kids than do that. So I knew I wanted younger kids, but like a lot of people would be the opposite, where they were like, I don't want to be I don't want to be with the kids all day, like I want to be like when they're at school, go do my own thing, you know what I mean? So yeah, I kind of, as I like started talking to people and like just what their expectations were, just like what did I want, you know? And that was a big thing with Guy and Harriet, is that they were kind of like, you know, we just need you to like watch our daughter at the end of the day. We want to be a part of her life as much as possible. We don't want it to be like you're her new mom, you know what I mean? Like you're her primary caregiver for the most part because you're with her the most out of all of us, but we are still going to be a part of family. We don't expect you to clean the house. You know what I mean? Like, I pick up after myself. I'll do the dishes. And like, I do the laundry. I do the washing most days. I do their washing. Her name was, not because they asked me to or they make me. It's just because I like to. Because I worked in retail, I really like folding things a certain way. I like organizing drawers and doing that. So I just do it. And like I'll clean and pick up just because the baby's messy, you know what I mean? But I like that I do that on my own volition. It's my choice that I'm doing it, and not that they're like expecting me to do it, which is something that intrigued me about them. So yeah, that's why I decided to do it. Question 7: how long will I be here? My contract is until November, basically like the day that I got here. I don't know if I'll stay longer or if I won't. I think I'll probably come home in November no matter what, but I just don't know if I'll come back here is the only thing. I think that, you know, Harriet and Guy have talked about having more kids maybe, and, you know, if they did, I don't know, I've just gotten really attached to them, and I personally do not like the idea of them having a different au pair. Like, that's a me problem, but like I would want to stay. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, that's just me. So it's up in the air. I don't know how long I'll be here. Question 8. Next question: do I have free time? What do I do? Yes, I have free time. My free time consists of when she takes a nap, and then pretty much I'm off. I only technically work 4 days a week, so I have Saturday, Sunday, Mondays off, but now I'm working Mondays because of quarantine. So, but it doesn't really matter. So I have those days off. I usually I hang out with them, you know what I mean? Or I sit in my room and watch YouTube, or, you know what I mean? Like, just like stick around and just watch YouTube, Netflix. That's usually what I do with my free time. I was taking pole classes, like pole dancing classes. It's pole exercise, because I don't think I would call what I was doing art quite yet. Wasn't that pretty? So, yeah. So yeah, I do have free time. A lot of it, really. Like, once they get home until dinner time, like, I don't, even with dinner, like, I don't have to, once they get home, I'm off the clock. I don't really have to do anything. I can do whatever I want, you know? What does a day-to-day look like? So, day-to-day, we have basically, okay, pre-quarantine, so me and Hinemo had different basically things that we did every day. So we'd wake up, And then I'd get ready for the day once they left. Harry and Guy left for work. I'd sort of get ready with Hanemwa, and then every day we had a different activity. So Tuesdays we go to the library. And these are all morning activities. So Tuesdays we go to the library. Wednesdays was swimming. Thursdays we didn't have anything, so we'd usually go to the park. And then Fridays she had a morning music class. And then we'd usually come home. She'd have lunch, take a nap, and then she would get up and we'd usually hang out outside. She has like a little sand pit, and we'd hang out outside or just chill inside, maybe go to the park if it wasn't a Thursday and we hadn't been yet, or go on a walk, just hang out. We have lots of dance parties, eat lots of cheese. She loves cheese. So it's pretty chill. There is some structure, but it's pretty chill. And Guy and Harriet would get home. She has transitioned into having one big sleep a day, so like after lunch. But about probably like a month ago, when I was first here, she'd have 2 sleeps. So she would have a morning sleep and then have an afternoon sleep as well. So yeah, if you want, I can do a day in the life too, which I'll probably do, like, I don't know, maybe. Who knows? It's hard with quarantine. Yeah. Next question. Am I having fun? I'm having loads of fun. It's dope here. I love New Zealand. I don't know. I just don't really like the States for like a myriad of reasons, but like I really like it here, so I am having fun. Yes, I'm having lots of fun. What's the best part? I think getting to be in a different country with people that are cool, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I don't know what the best part is. I think I'm just really lucky, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Question 12, what's the hardest part? Co-parenting, or, you know, like raising a child is really difficult. And like, especially with like other people where like you might have a difference in opinion in how to do things, and it's hard, you know what I mean, and figuring out what works best for all of you and how do we all obtain the same rules but then still have uniqueness to our own selves. Like it's hard, and you know, this is their first kid, so they have different, you know, like I've helped raise, like, you know, with being an oldest sibling and having younger siblings, I don't know, I guess like a lot of things that might bother them, or like, I don't know how to explain it, but like I'm used to, you know, when she's crying a lot for like, or like when we're in cars, she's like, it doesn't bother me, you know what I mean? Like I'm just like, this is gonna happen, and like, so working with them and like, what do we all think is like the best? I think that's really hard, just like figuring out how we're gonna help her grow to be the best person that she can, you know? It's a hard thing to do for anybody. Next question, how do you make friends? You know what? I don't know. I don't know. I'd like somebody to teach me because I don't have any friends. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding. Technically, I don't have any friends. But I'm not necessarily upset about that. That is also on me because I don't really put myself out there. The thing is, we live in a small town and it's a little bit hard to make friends. Like, I think I have a lot of acquaintances, like other moms, other playgroups, or, you know, our playgroups and things like that. But a super easy way with my friends is, if you're as an au pair, is, especially if you're in a big city, or even if you're not, au pairs are everywhere, and you think that they're not because you haven't heard of au pairing before, because it's really, really popular to have au pairs literally everywhere else in the world other than the US. And so there's au pairs are everywhere. So like, if you just go on Facebook and look up like where you are and au pairs, there's gonna be a Facebook group, you know what I mean? There's gonna be a group. I guarantee you 100% there's gonna be a group. And so just going on there, and then like all the other au pairs are also probably looking for like, they're like, we're alone in this new country, let's hang out, you know what I mean? And there's au pairs here, and like just hanging out with them, because like you all have something in common. Coming to a new country, it's scary. Getting to know each other, great. Bam, do it. I recommend it. That's I think the best way to make friends if as an au pair. Next question. Challenge / benefit I did not expect. A challenge I did not expect is raising someone else's kids, because like I think also just like the idea of like raising kids, because I was like, oh yeah, I like little kids, but I think like being camp counselor, I've always been like, oh, like, you know what I mean, like kids 7 and up, and so like you're not really raising them, you know, like this, you're there to support them on a vacation, you know, and it's a lot different than actively raising a child, because that's what, you know what I mean, I'm helping to actively raise a child, and that's a lot different. So I don't think I really thought that through originally. A benefit I did not expect. I think getting so lucky with the people that I'm with. Guy and Harriet and their family in general have just really opened up their arms to me, and like they're my father. Like they are my father, and which means family, and like they are forever gonna be my family, you know what I mean? Like Harriet's like my big sister, and like her brothers are my brothers. Like those are my brothers. We FaceTime, we talk, you know what I mean? Like I trust them, and like they, and like even Harriet's mom, like they want what's best for me, and I want what's best for them. And like I think that's something that I got really lucky with, like because this is a job, you know, like you can very easily end up with people where it is just like a really working relationship, which is 100% okay. That is totally fine. That can be super dope and rewarding as well, to have it look like a job. I think for me, because I'm someone who I struggle to make friends, and put myself out there a lot, it's been really nice to be so close with them that they like, it's my big brother, I live with my big brother and my sister, you know, and it's like it's been really nice to have that security where like, and I don't know, I just like from the moment I talked, like, you know, we only talked 2 or 3 times before I came here, and I think that like stressed a lot of people out when I tell them. They'd be like, you've only talked like, and people would be like, well, have you gone down to New Zealand to meet them? And I was like, no. I think like a lot of people were like, girl, what are you doing? Like, this is not a good idea. And I don't know how to, like, I think when you just know that something is gonna work, you know, and I think it just really worked for us. Funniest experience so far. I don't know what the funniest part or experience so far has been. I think maybe being able to go to bars and clubs and having that experience of staying out until 3 a.m. is really wild, honestly. Like, things go crazy. Oh, there was a time where we were in a club, and we were with some of Liam, who's one of Harry's brothers. We were with his friends, and one of the guys, he has like really long hair and like a long beard, and his girlfriend has found this like wreath for his head. He literally looks like Jesus. It was hilarious. Next question: do I ever feel left out? Yes. I mean, I get a lot of FOMO when I see like my friends from at home hanging out, you know, like it's tough sometimes, because like a part of me, I know, but like a part of me kind of expected the world to stop, everyone's life to crumble. When I left, I was like, they're gonna be lost without me, but like I'm not that important. Like, it's not that deep. I don't know why I thought that, but I really expected everyone to be like, you know, but also like that's just not realistic. I don't know why I expected that. I understand that now, but like, yeah, sometimes it's hard to like watch people just like move on without you. I was like, oh, well, damn, okay. I also don't know why I thought that would happen, but yeah, it's hard to see everybody hanging out without you. Yeah, well, that's really it. I don't know, those are all the questions. Thank you for tuning in. If I did not answer a question that you had, or if you would like me to go into more detail, please let me know. Comment down below. I will be more than happy to do that for you, for my beautiful fans. For you. Okay, I can't with myself. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's all I have to say. This video is really long. I apologize. If you watched the whole thing, good for you. If you didn't, I really don't care either. So, peace, bitch.